Hi everyone, this is Adam GASC and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, I am wearing a t-shirt in relation to Like a Party. Shout out to OJ Ireland for making this limited edition shirt. Semi-final 1 is just about to approach us, so I decided to make my last minute predictions on the 10 songs I think will qualify for the grand final. My picks are based around a combination of various aspects, but mostly the overall song quality and the packages of their performances. Just to give you notes that these are not my 10 favourite songs of the semi-final, nor are they the 10 songs that I think will qualify. This is just a prediction on what I think might happen. Before I begin with this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave a comment down below. So the way I'm going to talk about my predictions is to announce and give my reasons for my 10 qualifying picks in a random order, just like how they do it in the actual qualifying results. And then I will briefly discuss the other 5 songs and why I don't think they will make it. Anyway, let's see what I think will qualify from semi-final 1. The first country I think will qualify is Ukraine. Yes, I see all your hot takes about this NQing, and please let it end, because I am about to prove you wrong. Whilst Bird of Prey is pretty mixed within the fandom overall, the love for it is definitely there, particularly with fans with a more alternative taste. Ukraine is a country that can barely do wrong with their overall song quality and their staging. Additionally, I can also see them getting plenty of televote love from the general public who supports Ukraine in general. Like, even though Tvorchi from 2023 did not get a lot of love from fans either, they still came fourth with the public in the grand final. Even though I don't think Silverblatt would do as well as they did 2 years ago, this is still an easy qualifier for the above reasons. And I can see Silverblatt selling themselves well from witnessing other previous performances from them. The second song I'm predicting to qualify from the semi is Belgium. Although the hype for Strobe Lights has died down a good bit since it was selected, I still think it's a strong enough entry to make the lineup. Dance songs aren't very likely to make the final in Eurovision, but when you have a strong enough vocalist to perform it, it's way more likely to make the cut. I have mentioned a couple of times in previous videos that Ret Sebastian can sing really well live, so I wouldn't worry about that. The concerns are mainly based around where it's placed in the running order, as it's performing straight after Norway, and there are 2 other boy bops that are performing near the end, which may seem like a very tricky spot to get out of. But I have no doubts about Ret Sebastian making the final. But hey, it's his birthday on semi-final 1, so getting him into the final would be an extra special birthday treat for him. The third country I predict to qualify for the final is Croatia. A bit of a random choice, dare I say, but every year there is always at least one song that no one expects to qualify. Whilst a lot of people are turning to some of the ballads for this year, please remember that this is a televote only semi, meaning that if there is a short qualifier from this year, it is going to be a more chaotic or upbeat song. Whilst I'm not 100% convinced about the rehearsal footage for Poison Cake, I still think this is a song that will wake people up, whether they like it or not. The fact that it is placed later on in the running order also gives it an advantage to stand out. Although some people may be concerned about Marco's vocals, I do think he can sing live from witnessing some of his more recent performances of Poison Cake. This is the one qualifier I am most uncertain about, but between this and another song I took into consideration, I feel like this will have a stronger package overall. The fourth country I think will qualify is Albania. Albania always feel like a bit of a dark horse at times when they participate in Eurovision, and this is definitely the case for Germ. I have honestly never seen so much hype for an Albanian entry since joining the fandom. And this is enough to convince me that this is sailing true. This is the kind of ethnic bop we needed to hear from Albania. And we've seen both Beatrice and Kole perform the song very well, whether in Festivali Këngës or throughout the pre-party season. From looking at their rehearsal pics, I can see that their staging concept is going to be miles more impactful than anything we've seen from them before. This is also so vastly different from all the other songs in this semi, and it also has such a great placing within the second half. So that's why I think Germ is a dead certain qualifier. The fifth country I predicted to qualify is Estonia. Say what you like about Espresso Macchiato. It has televote friendly written all over it. And there has been numerous occasions where a televote favourite has not been well received by the fandom. Like some of Croatia's most recent entries that made the final. Bar Baby Lasagna, of course. From what we know about Tommy Cash's performance, it's not going to be any different from his Istiklal performance. And even though it's not the most accessible performance for me, I know that there's going to be so many casual fans who will be entranced by this. Just for how out of the ordinary and quirky the song is. And that is one of the main reasons why people will watch Eurovision in the first place. The sixth country I think will qualify is Norway. Out of all the boy bops in this semi, particularly in this half, Lighter is the one that is most likely going to make the final. Norway has made a very smart move by picking a strong quality entry amidst a weak national final. And it seems to be resonating with so many people from what I've witnessed. Kyle Alessandro can also perform incredibly well from what I've witnessed before. And he also seems to be more mature after previously participating in Melody Grand Prix as part of Umami Tsunami. I do not think that this is going to come top 5 in the semi, but I still think it is a safe enough qualifier as it is. The seventh country I think will make the final is the Netherlands. This is probably the most jury-friendly song in the semi, but I still think it will easily resonate with the public too. Claude has already been huge in the Netherlands prior to his participation, and despite what anyone thinks of C'est la vie, it's a perfect reflection of how he showcases himself as an artist. Although there is a lot of French in the song, those lyrics are mainly simplistic phrases that everyone would understand, whether they speak the language or not. For those reasons, this will easily resonate with the public, and it is definitely a bittersweet song to add to the mix of loud, chaotic songs also performing in the semi. The eighth country I predict will qualify from semi-final 1 is Sweden. Barabada Bastu is universally loved, and it will appeal to a wide range of viewers and fans. Whilst this is not too quirky of a song, it's fun and different enough for general viewers to remember it instantly, and it's less likely going to put people off if you don't like Espresso Macchiato. Also, Kai are very charismatic performers, and they definitely know how to put on the show. Particularly with the dance moves associated with the song, the humorous lyrics, and the cleverly staged sauna setting in which they will perform in. Also, Sweden knows how to put on the show, no matter what or who they are working with. But the fact that they are trying something different this year will definitely make a great impact on their track record. And I feel like that Kai are going to put on an excellent performance nevertheless. The ninth country I predicted to qualify is Cyprus. I was a bit skeptical on whether enough people will resonate with Shush based on the studio version alone. I was also very surprised to see this closing the semi-final, comparing it to the quality of other boy bops in the semi. Once I saw rehearsal footage of this, I am now fully convinced that this is going to make the final. I have honestly no idea what to expect from this performance, but the staging props and the choreography alone are enough to make me hyped up to see how this will come together when Theo Evan performs. Additionally, Sergio Hayen, who was involved in Bambi Tug's incredible performance from last year, is also involved with this, as well as another song that will be performing in semi-final 2, which will definitely boost their momentum up further. And finally, the 10th and last song I think will qualify from semi-final 1 is Poland. Poland in general usually always tend to receive plenty of televote love from the amount of diaspora they have in many countries. I especially think that Gaia is going to give them such an amazing result because it is easily their best attempt in recent years by a large margin. All of the performances of this song so far are absolutely mind-blowing, as Justina is really giving it her all 30 years after her previous participation in Eurovision, and I completely admire her for that. Even though she is placed within the death spot of the semi-final, I still believe that she's gonna sail through for the amount of effort she has put in for the past few months. And there is a lot of love for this song from the majority of the fandom. So those were my 10 predicted countries for semi-final 1. Now I'm going to list the rest of the 5 countries performing in the semi, and I'll briefly explain why I don't think they'll qualify. These 5 countries are Iceland, Slovenia, Portugal, Azerbaijan, and San Marino. Iceland was the other country I was considering to put into my 10 predicted qualifiers. But just because they are opening the semi-final, it will be very likely for them to be forgotten. Semi-final openers are much more likely to qualify if the entire package is memorable enough to stand out to a variety of viewers. Whilst Roa may catch people's attention and Vibe are such great performers, I don't think qualifying will be the case for them based on the rehearsal clip alone. While Slovenia may appeal to those who have gone through similar experiences, there is not that much depth to it as a song, and I think it's way too generic to stand out in a lineup full of loud, chaotic songs. Portugal may have its fans, but I don't think there will be enough love to push this through as a whole. There are other alternative songs in this semi that are a lot stronger, which could cancel this out. Azerbaijan are really struggling to make it out of the semis in recent years. Although I do respect that they are trying to send more traditional songs, none of them seem to be strong nor competitive enough. What I will say about Rome With You is that it is miles more listenable than their previous 2 entries, but it is still not groundbreaking enough to stand out, unfortunately. Tutta l'Italia is a really fun bop, and the journey it has gone through during the season is so iconic. However, casual viewers will only be witnessing this for the first time and will have no prior knowledge from this being the team tune to Sanremo to becoming an official Eurovision entry from a completely different territory. As I mentioned with Belgium beforehand, dance songs usually don't tend to stand out without a strong enough vocalist that can perform it. As a DJ, I think Gabri Ponte has enough charisma to get the audience hyped up, but I still don't think the song will resonate with enough people. To give you a recap of this video, the 10 songs I think will qualify from semi-final 1 are Ukraine, Belgium, Croatia, Albania, Estonia, Norway, the Netherlands, Sweden, Cyprus, and Poland. Do you agree or disagree with my predictions? What songs do you think will qualify from semi-final 1? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned, because in 2 days time I will be posting my predictions for semi-final 2. So I will see you then. Goodbye.